Hello, everybody. Today here is the third episode of OS module in Python. File object creation and file descriptor operations. Before we start, please, give a like to this episode so more people can see it. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next episodes. Let's go. OS open. Open the file path and set various flags according to flags and possibly its mode according to mode. When computing mode, the current umask value is first masked out. Return the file descriptor for the newly opened file. The new file descriptor is non-inheritable. For a description of the flag and mode values, see the C runtime documentation. Flag constants, like O_read-only and O_read-only, are defined in the OS module. In particular, on Windows adding O_binary is needed to open files in binary mode. This function can support paths relative to directory descriptors with the dir_fd parameter. About these parameters we will learn in another episode. So subscribe, share the video and turn on notifications not to miss. OSFD open. Return an open file object connected to the file descriptor fd. This is an alias of the open built-in function and accepts the same arguments. The only difference is that the first argument of fd open must always be an integer. OSFchmod. Change the mode of the file given by fd to the numeric mode. See the docs for chmod for possible values of mode. As of Python 3.3, this is equivalent to OSchmod. Subscribe and put on all notifications. We will learn the stat module in next episodes. OSFchown. Change the owner and group id of the file given by fd to the numeric uid and gid. To leave one of the ids unchanged, set it to -1. See chown. It is equivalent to OSchown. OSF path configuration. Return system configuration information relevant to an open file. Name specifies the configuration value to retrieve. It may be a string, which is the name of a defined system value. The names known to the host operating system are given in the path-conf names dictionary. OS device encoding. Return a string describing the encoding of the device associated with fd if it is connected to a terminal, else return none. OSDup. Return a duplicate of file descriptor fd. The new file descriptor is non-inheritable. On Windows, when duplicating a standard stream, 0, stdin, 1, stdout, 2, stdr. OSDup2. Duplicate file descriptor fd to fd2, closing the latter first if necessary. Return fd2. The new file descriptor is inheritable by default or non-inheritable if inheritable as false. OS open pty. Open a new pseudo-terminal pair. Return a pair of file descriptors, master, slave, for the PTY and the TTY, respectively. The new file descriptors are non-inheritable. For a slightly more portable approach, use the PTY module. OSTTY name. Return a string which specifies the terminal device associated with file descriptor FD. If FD is not associated with a terminal device, an exception is raised. OS is a tie. Return true if the file descriptor FD is open and connected to a TTY-like device, else false. OS pipe. Create a pipe. Return a pair of file descriptors, R, W, usable for reading and writing, respectively. The new file descriptor is non-inheritable. OSL seek. Set the current position of file descriptor FD to position POS, modified by how. Seek setter 0, to set the position relative to the beginning of the file. Seek cur or 1, to set it relative to the current position. Seek end or 2, to set it relative to the end of the file. Return the new cursor position in bytes, starting from the beginning. OS read. Read at most n bytes from file descriptor FD. Return a byte string containing the bytes read. If the end of the file referred to by FD has been reached, an empty bytes object is returned. OSP read. Read at most n bytes from file descriptor FD at a position of offset, leaving the file offset unchanged. Return a byte string containing the bytes read. If the end of the file referred to by FD has been reached, an empty bytes object is returned. OS write. Write the byte string in str to file descriptor FD. Return the number of bytes actually written. OSP write. Write the byte string in str to file descriptor FD at position of offset, leaving the file offset unchanged. Return the number of bytes actually written. OSF sync. Force write a file with file descriptor FD to disk. On Unix, this calls the native sync function. On Windows, the ms_commit function. If you're starting with a buffered Python file object f, first do flush, and then do OSF sync file no, to ensure that all internal buffers associated with f are written to disk. OSF truncate. Truncate the file corresponding to file descriptor FD, so that it is at most length bytes in size. As of Python 3.3, this is equivalent to os.truncate FD, length. OS send file. Copy count bytes from file descriptor in FD to file descriptor at FD starting at offset. Return the number of bytes sent. When EOF is reached, return 0. On Linux, if offset is given as none, the bytes are read from the current position of an FD and the position of an FD is updated. OS close. Close file descriptor FD. OS close range. Close all file descriptors from FD low, inclusive, to FD high, exclusive, ignoring errors. Thank you for watching. Please, give a like for support this channel. Write comments, share with friends, and subscribe to see new series. Be safe. Bye.